believe you, but okay.
And so, all right, we got Devonta. Okay, so I'll finish my thought later. Nobody wants to hear from me. Ashley didn't want to hear from me all today. Well, did I annoy you today?
You annoy me every day.
Okay. All right, so why don't you intro our next live superstar that's gracing Paper Route?
You want me to intro it? Okay. Listen, guys, I'm so excited for our next guest. He is a personal friend of mine. I'll tell that story when he gets on. But our friendship gets a little weird during football season, so I'm preparing for it to get very weird in a few months. But I'm so happy for all of his success. One of the nicest people you will ever meet. Don't let his quietness fool you. When you know him, he's a talker. Everybody give it up for Devonta Smith, a.k.a. Smitty, a.k.a. Slim Batman. Is that what they call him still?
Slim Batman. There he is.
Smitty, they still call you Slim Batman?
Yeah, it's kind of sticking.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. Listen.
Yo, what's up? How are you friends with a Cowboys fan? I guess you want to get into the story? Can y'all tell the people?
You tell it.
Okay, so funny story. When I was at Sports Illustrated, I covered the Super Bowl in LA, and Devonta came to our, I guess, it's not a booth, it's like our area for an interview, and we played beer pong. There was no beer, it was just the cups. Mm-hmm. And we're talking, and he's shy at first, and then we're talking, I'm asking questions, and it came up, who is your football team? And obviously Eagles fan, and I said Eagles player, and I said, "Oh, I'm a Cowboys fan." And you should see the look on his face in this video. He looked like he was having the best time, and I said, "Oh, I'm a Cowboys fan." He said, "What?" And it was just ever since then we've been cool. Our friendship gets a little weird during football season, but for the rest of the year it's sensational.
Yeah, listen, I don't know how you deal with her, bro. I don't know if I've been annoying her today or if she's been annoying me all day today, but we're happy to have you. You're in Philly right now. We just talked about OTAs. We were talking about Aaron Rodgers being in OTAs and Lamar Jackson coming in week 2. How's it going for you guys, right? And Ashley, I think you should ask that question, your favorite question, but you guys obviously were in the Super Bowl last year. High hopes for you guys. Some would say that you guys overachieved, but here we are, right? You get your quarterback signed. He signs a big deal. You got I know you said the Slim Batman, Black Batman. You got the
Slim
other
Batman.
Yeah, you got the other Batman out there, AJ Brown, right? So you guys got some amazing things happening there. What is going on in Philly right now? How are you guys doing?
I feel like everything going smooth. Guys getting back at it. Long season, coming off a Super Bowl, so kind of guys was resting and things like that. But now wrapping it back up, getting the timing and things back down, just getting back into the motion.
That's good. You hear that, Ashley? He's talked about timing. So Ashley basically tried to use the Allen Iverson quote.
So about practice?
We're talking about practice because we were talking about Lamar missing week 1. Do you find OTAs to be effective and important? We really want your honest answer.
I think once you get back on the field, like with the team, I feel like that's important. The first few weeks, I feel like if you come, it's okay, but if you don't, it's not going to hurt anybody. If you're training with your trainer, in the weight room and things like that, that's fine. But I feel like, getting back with the team, come back around and get back on the field, I feel like that stuff matters.
See, he said it's not going to hurt anybody if you don't come, but you're doing your own thing off the field. You hear that?
So what happens right now if Jalen wasn't there week 1? How would everybody feel?
Oh, nah. I think that's the one position you got to be here. You got to.
See what I'm saying? I'm probably
Reeled
right.
it back in. Okay. Well, listen, we talk about the Eagles, we talk about Jalen, we're talking about you, and we have this conversation often, or at least I do, this legend, this urban legend, or myth, rather, of the Super Bowl slump. Both you and the Chiefs obviously went to the Super Bowl. We know how that turned out. Do you guys believe, or do you specifically believe in the Super Bowl slump? Does it take teams that were in the big game a little bit harder to get back into the rhythm of things, or do you think that's just mind over matter?
I think it's a mindset. Some people, they're okay with just making it there and being there one time, and that's that. For us, it's hunger, not finishing the right way, wanting to get back there, especially with the guys that's in this building. A lot of the guys have been there before, so just making sure we get back there and finish it the right way. I think it's just the mindset of the team and, everyone around the building.
What are you guys missing Is there anything out there like, you know what, this if we can overcome this one thing, we'll be right where we left off last year?
Turnover. That's the reason I feel like we lost the last one. We had that one big turnover that as an offense we gave up 7 points. I mean that was basically the difference of the game.
Bro, watching you guys last year, I got to be honest, I was surprised how dominant you guys were and how good you guys were, right? And then just breaking down the offensive side, like y'all brand of football is the brand of football that I absolutely love, and I think that more coaches should embrace. And the way I look at how you guys approach ball is like, look, it's about matchups, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's simple. It's not about all these plays. It's about the players, right? Like if you're going to stack the box, you know, we got the Batmans. I'm gonna call y'all the Batmans outside. I didn't know they called you the Blacks. What they call
It's Slim Batman.
Slim Batman. I didn't know they called you Slim Batman, but we got the Batmans outside, right? And look, if you dare to go one-on-one, we're gonna throw jump balls, we're gonna throw go balls, you know, slants, stops, all of that stuff. And then if you want to take my guys out, then we're just gonna run the ball. You guys can beat people through the air. You guys can beat people on the ground, right? What makes y'all offense so special, bro?
Like you just said, being able to do both things, not one-dimensional. And that's something that, as an offense, we always joke around with the offensive line and the running backs. They tease us like, oh, yeah, we're running the ball today. Y'all not going to get no action. And the receiver, we just come back like, it's fine. Next week, they're going to load the box, and we're going to get our action. So just being able to be, you know, diverse in what we do, not being able just to stick with one thing, but just switch it up.
Well, I mean, speaking of the offense, Jalen has had a very eventful summer. He got his big deal. He got his master's. He became a sex symbol for ladies across America, apparently. He's on the cover of Ebony and all these things. But going back to his contract, I mean, there were some people who were surprised how quickly that turnaround was and how quickly that deal got done. I, on the other hand, was not surprised. He is fresh off of a Super Bowl appearance. Were you in contact with him during that process or before that process? And was there any worry on your end or the offense in general that a deal wasn't going to get done?
Nah, I mean, you know, Jalen, he kind of private. That's his business. We kind of let him do him. But I feel like everybody knew it was going to come. He's a big part of this team. So everybody knew that the deal was going to be here. Everybody want him here. Everybody around the building loves him. So I feel like it was a no-brainer.
Talk to me about, you know, y'all relationship, right? Like, how close are you guys? How do you guys deal with, you know, keeping the main thing, and keeping the selfishness out the building, the ego out the building? Last year, during training camp, we had an opportunity to sit with or go visit 12 teams. One of our stops was in Cincinnati, right? So Joe Burrow's there. You have Jamar Chase. You have Boyd. And you also had T. Higgins, right? So we're sitting there, and before we went to practice, myself, Pac-Man, had an opportunity to go, you know, have breakfast with them. And, bro, their relationship, their chemistry was phenomenal, right? Do you guys hang out together? Like, and if you guys do, what are you doing? Can you guys describe a little bit about your relationship? Because when I saw them, I realized why they were so successful on the field, because they had no ego a part of it. They all were pulling for each other, and they all knew their roles.
With us, I think it's being able to distinguish business with having fun. When we're in the building, things like that, we know it's business. We're going to handle our business. But outside of here, I mean, we go eat together and things like that. Jalen might cook, or we may just go bowling, things like that. And I think that's just what it is. You got to have a relationship off the field. So when you come to work, it's easy to get along with each other. You know, we bump heads on certain things like that, but at the end of the day, we know it's because we want what's best for all of us. And we know if one get paid, you know, the next gonna get paid. We all helping each other. I mean, I'm nothing without him. He's nothing without me. And with AJ, it's the same thing. We all work with each other. We all helping each other, you know, get paid.
Now, you said cook. Now, I know you claim to know how to cook. I've never actually seen it. He says, I'm from Louisiana. We all know how to cook. I don't believe him. But you said Jalen. Who's the better cook here? What's Jalen cooking in the kitchen?
We kind of cook the same thing. You know, him being from Texas, you know, Texas, Louisiana, kind of, you know, same way, especially when you Houston part, you know, kind of eat the same food. So we kind of cook the same thing, you know, jambalaya, we ball and things like that.
I like that. We were in Louisiana recently. I had some of that. It was actually very delicious.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really
good.
good.
To see Angel Reese, really good.
Yeah. And that was, they had Dak Prescott's jersey on the wall. You know,
stop it. Stop.
Louisiana boy.
Listen, don't run.
Listen,
stay with us.
Let's get into it. We're here. We're here. Let's get into it. All right, Smitty, we're going to get into this right now. As you know, NFC East, there has never been a back-to-back NFC East division winner, I want to say in like 10 years, maybe longer. Mm-hmm. Do you think that the Eagles will break the curse? Or is there a team in the NFC East that you think is going to give you a little bit of a run for your money? Keep it honest. I won't judge you.
I mean, I'm supposed to sit here and think that we're not.
I'm just saying, is there a team that you think can get out of all the teams in the NFC East? Which one do you think is going to give you a little bit of a run for your money to go ahead and get that back-to-back division title?
I would say really all of them. Being in this division is not really easy. Every team has like a hate side of it for the other team. So I mean, it's never going to be easy. Every team will come out there and fight. Every team has great players, and then put on top the hate that they have for each other. It makes it even harder.
So, hold on, follow up. Out of all the NFC East teams, which one? Let's rank them in order of teams that the Eagles hate the most. Okay? Or that you personally dislike the most. That you, when you play them, you want to give them the toughest time. Number 1, number 2, number 3.
This is a good one.
Hate is a strong word. I wouldn't just say
strongly dislike.
Someone. As a fan base, the Eagles for sure, they hate Dallas. Like, that's number 1. Mm-hmm. Then we'll go to the Giants, then the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's fair.
Listen.
That's true.
Well, I was going to talk about the celebrity softball event coming up on June 10th, but I kind of like where we're at right now.
The rivalry of the NFC East?
I really do. When you guys sit down at the table and y'all talk about, what the future could be, what comes up, right? You see Patrick Mahomes and what Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce's been able to do. Who else is out there? You had Aaron Rodgers for a long time running that division. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, Josh Allen, new wave of superstars. What Josh Allen's been able to do with Stephon Diggs over the last couple of years. Like, what do you guys see in y'all future?
Like you just said, those guys that's been doing it, that's been together, trying to build this same thing. We all want to be here for a very long time. Really don't want to go nowhere else. So just building that to where everybody in this building, Howie to Sirianni, those guys, they're comfortable with us and want to keep us here so we can keep building. Bringing everybody in, making everybody feel like it's family. That's the one thing I can say that I enjoy the most about being around here. It feels like family. You don't feel like, you're just going to work and after that you're just going to go home. Like, you actually enjoy being here, actually enjoy being in the building around these guys.
How did the team feel about during the draft process, this past draft? There was reports that other teams in the NFL, other GMs and front offices were mad at the Philadelphia Eagles for doing so well in the draft. Is that something that you guys kind of walk around with as a badge of honor? Like, we're doing what y'all wish you could do, or you just kind of laugh and you keep it pushing?
I mean, if they hating, you doing something right.
Just like that.
Just like that.
How the hell did you get all these guys to commit to your celebrity softball event going down June 10th, bro? Like, I keep saying this guy commit. You got Saquon Barkley to come? How the hell you get Saquon Barkley? I thought y'all was rivals.
They're playing softball, not football.
It don't matter. What are we talking about? You heard what Kobe and Jordan used to say. Like, I ain't your friend. We talk after we done playing ball. But talk to me about, some of the guys that's committed. Talk to me about what's happening June 10th and give us a little bit of background of, what you guys are doing, what you are doing in the community.
It's just a time, guys on OTAs and things like that. Time for guys just step away from football before, getting back into it. Time to see who the real athletes are. Going out there playing softball, you see some stuff, you like, yeah, he ain't got it. But worst thing they can tell you is no. So, I just ask around, ask guys, either they're busy or they're not. Some people don't feel comfortable playing it, some do. So, just getting out there, and then just being in the community. Being able to help people. Where I'm from, a small town, you had different organizations reaching out to the community, helping. So just being able to do the same thing that I grew up seeing.
It's interesting that you confirmed Brandon Marshall and you asked him to play in your charity game because I don't think he could hit a softball.
What?
So I just hope he's not on your team because I don't think he's very good at it. Just gonna put that out there.
How about this? Smitty,
I've seen him play basketball.
Smitty, do you give out an MVP award?
Yeah, you do.
You do? I mean, what are you giving us? Are you giving us like a Suburban, some type of car,
Suburban?
a Rolex? What do you get?
Nah, I ain't there yet.
What? All right, so we get a trophy. What do I get?
Yeah, you get a trophy.
All right, bet. So I'm guaranteed that I'm the MVP of this celebrity.
Against
softball.
Saquon Barkley?
I don't think so.
Thank you.
Who you got?
It's actually people out there that can actually play baseball.
Give me some. Who? You bringing out baseball players? You bringing out Ken Griffey Jr.?
No,
Who you bringing out?
I can actually play baseball. AJ can actually play baseball. Jake Elliott can actually play baseball. Jalen can actually play baseball. Like, it's guys that actually played baseball growing up that's really good.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be diving for balls. Y'all not doing that. I'm gonna be center field diving for balls.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna be doing all of that, and I'm probably gonna smack at least 2 out the park.
Okay.
So yes, my mitt work is gonna be phenomenal, and my bat work, it's gonna be undeniable. Who are you most excited about? Who surprised you? You reached out to all these guys. Can you name a few guys that are coming that's confirmed? And who surprised you when it's like, yeah, I'm coming?
When I was at the gym and you was pulling up, that surprised me.
Really? Why?
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't take you for a baseball type guy.
He's not. You're going to learn the hard way. But you're going to learn that the hard way.
Right. I'm going to go out there in the cages and practice.
I had to get Ocho.
That was dope.
I had to get Ocho there.
Was he cool when you called? How was Ocho when you hit him?
Oh, he was ready for it. He's like, man, let me know my jersey my jersey color, I can get my cleats to match and all that.
Sounds about right. That sounds about right.
That's dope.
Listen, I want to go back to the draft for a second because I remember when you were getting drafted and you were going through that process, there was a lot made of your weight or lack thereof and your build as a wide receiver. Looking back at that and looking at all the people who said that you weren't going to go ahead and be the type of wide receiver as dynamic, as durable as you have proven to be, what does that feel like to kind of just get the last laugh in that regard? Obviously, you don't do it for those people. You do it for yourself. But it has to feel... there has to be a level of redemption that you may feel having the career that you've had thus far, having a Super Bowl appearance, probably going back at some point in the near future, and knowing that that was the biggest strike against you when you were going through your process.
Honestly, I don't know how to feel. I'm so nonchalant about things. It's just kind of like, I expected this. It ain't no surprise to me. You feel some type of way. It is what it is. Just keep watching me, keep enjoying the show.
Let me ask you this question, bro. When I was coming up, I hate to say his name, and I know you got him confirmed, but T.O., I grew up watching T.O. I grew up watching T.O.'s of the world, even the Reggie Waynes. They were a couple years ahead of me, and Steve Smith, Anquan Bolden, even Larry Fitzgerald. Took a lot from Larry Fitzgerald, and there's a few others that I'm missing. Randy Moss was out there. Who did you watch? Who did you appreciate? Who did you mimic your game after, if you did anybody?
Honestly, I didn't grow up necessarily watching receivers. I was a huge Aaron Brooks fan. I'm a huge Saints fan. Aaron Brooks, that was my idol.
Right.
But once I started watching receivers like Ocho, I remember going on YouTube watching Ocho at the park doing his cone drills and things like that. I used to just go through that. When I really started taking football seriously, I would say Ocho was probably number one for me. Him and Julio.
Julio. Wow.
We spoke to DeAndre Hopkins yesterday, and I asked him, at one point, when you talked about your top 5 wide receivers in the NFL, he was in everyone's top 5, if not 1 or 2. And I asked him, as the league has changed, although he's still one of the most dynamic wide receivers in the league, he's not in those conversations anymore. Does he feel slighted by that? With you, I feel like we hear a lot about people's top 5 wide receivers, and you've done such incredible things with the Philadelphia Eagles so far and so early in your career, but you don't get that same spotlight. Do you feel slighted by that?
Nah, I wouldn't. Nah, you know, I wouldn't put myself nowhere up there with those guys. Those guys, like, they have the numbers to speak for it and things like that. I still have a long way to go. Do I envision myself being there? Definitely, eventually. But as of now, I wouldn't put myself up there with the body of work those guys have put in, year out. No, I wouldn't associate myself with that.
Would you say you're top 10?
Definitely, I would say top 10.
Bro,
Okay.
bro, you had 1,200 yards last year and 7 TDs, and you had a dog on the other side, right? So that's special. Like, think about that. You have, and I don't even know how you guys approach that. How do you guys keep the ego out the room? How you guys work? Because I had like Eddie Royal, I had 100 catches, he had 91. I had Alshon Jeffrey, I had 100 catches, he had 100 catches. I had Martellus Bennett as a tight end who was doing this thing. Eric Decker was doing this thing. You know, we were doing it together. Like, how do you guys, like, talk to me about y'all partnership? Because wide receivers, they deem us as divas, they deem us as selfish and all those things. How do y'all manage that?
I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's tough for sure, but I think it just comes down to, like, you know, being a competitor. It's not being a diva, not being selfish, nothing like that. Like, you want to feel like you're a part of the game. You want to feel like you're helping the team win and go in the right direction. So, you know, it'd be some games where I'm getting the targets, some games where AJ getting targets, and we go to coach like, hey, coach, and look, I got to touch the ball, man. We got to do something. Like, it's not just being a diva or nothing like that. It's just want to be a part of the team, man. You want to feel like you ain't got the guy on side of you fighting by himself, that you fighting with him.
I'm gonna put you in the LeBron seat for a second. Remember when LeBron made his decision to go to Miami? He said, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. I want you to fill in this blank for me. The Philadelphia Eagles will be Super Bowl champions in blank years. And you can't sidestep it. You got to give me a number.
I'm sidestepping it.
You're gonna sidestep it?
I'm
Why?
sidestepping it.
It's called manifestation. Why are you sidestepping it?
Because I don't know. I'm just gonna
Okay, I'll rephrase it. I'll rephrase it.
This is how the professional athlete is trained. Eliminate distractions. No bulletin board
I
material.
will rephrase it. Given health permitted and being able to go ahead and keep this team intact, do you see it a high probability that this team will be Super Bowl champions in the next 5 years? Given what you guys have already accomplished, seeing how you performed last season or last year in the Super Bowl, knowing what you were missing, knowing the improvements that have been made, would you say it's a high probability? I'm not going to get a guarantee, but a high probability.
Yeah.
I can't stand him.
Let me ask you this question. Strength of y'all team. When you look at your roster, like, I don't know where there's a weakness. Maybe, well, I don't want to say this because you hear, I was going to say maybe the secondary. I love Slay, but could that be the weakness? Linebackers? I don't know. But a lot of people would say you guys have depth throughout the roster, that you guys are extremely strong. There may not be any weakness. What makes this team go?
The O-line.
Just like that.
Yeah, I mean, those guys, Kelsey, Lane, a lot of, like, those guys, and then they have Stout, great offensive line coach. Those guys, like, they see it, they know what to do, we know what to expect, they go out there and do it. Like, without the offensive line, this team wouldn't be where it is. Those are the guys, they driving the boat.
Driving the
Nothing
boat.
be done without them.
Let me ask you about Jalen Hurts, right? Like, I don't think anybody was shocked that he got a deal, right, because of the year y'all had and the way he approaches his business. Can you give us a glimpse of what makes this guy special?
I would say, just his whole overall demeanor, the way he goes about things, handling business, and then him just not settling for less. You have guys that they be comfortable where they are. For him, there is no ceiling. Like, it's the only way is up. He can only get better, and that's how he approaches things. He never leaves the day thinking, "Oh, I didn't do something right. He's going to correct it. He's not going to leave the building until it's corrected. If it's something, in a play calling or something like that he doesn't like, he's not going to leave the building until it's understood and everybody knows what to expect.
Listen, one of the things that make, we're in this new media space, bro, and we appreciate you blessing us with your time. You practiced this morning or you had work to do. So we appreciate you spending a couple minutes with us here. One of the things that makes our platform special, and there's others that are doing it as well, we're not the only ones, but you get an inside look, an inside perspective directly from the player's mouth, right? Like, you're going to give us, these sound bites that other people can't get. So you're talking about Jalen Hurts and what makes him special. Give us one story, bro, that you can tell us one story that's like, yo, this happened and this is when everybody knew he was the guy, or whatever it is. Give us one story that's like, wow.
I would probably say going back to college. We playing Mississippi State and things like that, and it was a rough game and stuff, and it was like game on the line. They was trying to call a certain play, and he was like, "Nah, we don't need to do that. Like, we need to do this. I don't care who you put on the backside. Just put a slant on the backside. It's gonna be a walk-in touchdown." And like it happened. It's just stuff like that that like a lot of people don't see. That the understanding of the game, to know what people are doing and things like that. Even in college at a young age, well, you're just really getting into it. It's different from coming to high school to college. Like, the level of maturity that he has is way different from anybody else that would be that age coming in. Him just having an understanding of the game. That's kind of where he hit me like, yeah, he's different.
Listen, I know that him and Jalen are homies and they're teammates, but when it comes to fashion, they be going at it.
Yeah.
For best dress. I mean, I don't know if you've seen their game day outfits. Hopefully we can pull that up. But like, Smitty be putting it on.
But he's more.
It's
Smitty's
very
more
like
tailored suits.
No, but Jalen wears tailored suits and stuff like that too. We see him wearing.
I don't think anybody in the league competes with Smitty when it comes to the tailored suits.
Well, he has a very you have a very European NBA frame, which helps him wear certain things.
Yeah, right. Go ahead.
No, so that's a real thing. Yep. Brandon and I have this conversation all the time, and I say that NBA players, for the most part, outside of certain positions in football, tend to be able to dress better because they're longer and lankier. So it's a cheat code. Football players tend to be bulkier, more muscle, and unless you're talking about streetwear, a lot of European cuts like Tom Ford and Gucci and Prada, they're for tall and slim. Just like that's why you see certain types of models on the runway. So you can wear European cuts, whereas a Brandon Marshall may look a little nuts in a tight European cut suit.
Them glutes and them hammies be popping, boy. Let me ask you this question, Smitty. Fashion is taking over. Is taking over sports, right? Or maybe vice versa. Sports or our athletes are taking over fashion, right? Right now, streetwear is in. Dudes are into high fashion. Dudes are there's some amazing guys out there that's doing it. I would say that what you're doing is counterculture, right, to the times. Right now, obviously, fashion always comes back, right? What we were in the 70s is now, some of us wearing bell bottoms today. Suits is not necessarily in right now. When I got in the league, everybody was wearing suits. That was the thing. We weren't wearing jeans and cut jeans and doing that type of stuff. So while everybody's going over here into the streetwear, what made you say suits is my game? And I think it goes back to college when you started really getting into suits.
Like, where did this come from? Sick.
Right. Where did this come from? Why did you pick suits as your lane?
Like you said, the body, like the way I'm shaping things like that, like I know it look good on me. I know it's gonna fit me well and things like that. And then just, I grew up going to church and things like that. Going to church, you gotta put on shirt and tie and things like that. So it was just always with me. And once I got to college, and I was just like, okay, Saban, he made us wear suits. So I was like, if I'm gonna go buy a suit, I'll buy a suit that I like that look good on me. So it stuck with me. Who's
better dressed, you or Jalen?
That's a good question.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going to sidestep that one too, so I tried to give you a little something. We also when we spoke to DeAndre Hopkins yesterday, he spoke about walking the runway in the Fear of God show during LA Fashion Week, and I wonder, any interests from you? You're built like a model. You have the height. You have the build. Would you ever step into the fashion game in that regard?
I don't know. You know, I get kind of anxiety and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, he did say it was nerve-wracking.
Like that.
He did say it was nerve-wracking.
You know what I predict in his future?
What?
Him launching his own line.
Really? I can see him more being the face of a fashion house.
Yep, I can see that. Hey, we're going to let you go here in a few minutes, right? But before we let you go, I want to get something that can go viral. So can you give me your top 5 best dressed NFL players?
I go me one.
Ooh.
Okay, bet.
I go Travis Kelce.
Ooh.
I go Stephon Diggs. I go Jalen.
Okay. Homer pick.
Then on the low, be smooth. Don't nobody really pay attention to it. Bradbury.
Ooh.
The corner, your guy.
Smooth.
Bro, you can't have 2 Eagles, right? Is he?
Technically, it's 3 because he put himself on the list.
Yeah, bro, that's kind of like I don't know if you're gonna get a lot of credibility from that, but I respect it though. That's yours. That's your top 5.
You gotta give number 5 to one player on the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, that's a good one.
You have to. We're filling in 5 with one player from the Dallas Cowboys. Who you giving it to?
I say CD.
CDB
Okay.
put it on.
You see how he avoided the Dak? Sidestep Dak. He went
See-
straight to the wide receiver.
There you go. Hey, listen, brother. I'm proud of you. You're a true champion. You're a true pro. I'm gonna tell my son to watch guys like you. You know, you're really putting a blueprint together for you know, not only the guys that are coming after you in our youth, but dudes that are even older should be watching how you move, bro. Like, always respected your movement, your humility, and your confidence, right? Like, I think you said that earlier. Don't get it twisted just because he's quiet. Like, bro, like that now.
He's silent but deadly.
Yep. So I'm excited about the celebrity softball game. I have one request. I don't want your trophy. Can you please maybe like just a Rolex or something? It's nothing, bro. You making all this bread. I seen all the deals you're doing. Dick's Sporting Goods. You on all the billboards. Come on, bro. Like, just for your boy.
I have a question. How come you didn't ask me to play? You don't think I can play softball?
She was mad. She sent me the DM when you confirmed.
No, I
me.
didn't. I wasn't mad that you were playing. I was mad that you stole my idea. But whatever. How come you didn't ask me to play? You don't think I can hit a softball?
You see these nails, your hair done and all that. The minute that dirt touch you, you gonna be complaining.
Oh, that's not true. I played sports. What do you mean?
Ashley, you gonna call the game? Ashley's calling the game. And can you tell her when I walked up to you when you was at Tampa with Yo Murphy at House of Athlete? Then I walk up and I was like, "Yo, Ashley told me you got a softball game, bro." Isn't that the first thing I said? Did I come about me or did I come about us? What did I tell her?
About y'all.
Thank you.
Don't cap for him. It's okay.
I said, me and Ashley
spin
want
the
to
block.
cover it. I said, me and Ashley want to come out. We would love to, spend some time, covering the event. And bro said yes. And then bro, I was shocked. He said, you want me to play softball?
Just know when Brandon pulls his hammy, because it's going to happen, trying to run beyond his speed, I'll be his. You can tap me in. I'll be his substitute, and you'll watch a real pro work.
The real challenge is To. You got security there. I need security, bro. We too old to be fighting. I got too much on the line. I forget that he 50. I'm turning 40. I can't be out there fighting To. But I will if I have to.
Y'all gonna be good,
Oh,
man.
my God.
Good vibes, man.
All right, tell that man no problems, bro. It's for the kids, man. All right, listen, guys. Devonta Smith softball.com. That's DEVONTA for those who can't spell like myself. Softball, SOFTBALL.com. Make sure y'all go. We packing out the Coca-Cola Park. Ashley Nicole Moss going to be on the mic. Brandon Marshall's going to win the MVP. She's not happy with me. I'm continuing to embarrass her. Bro, we love you. Do the Italian thing. Tell them bye.